welcome to the newest episode of BlizzPlanet.com's Week of Warcraft. Now, as always, I'm your host, the Bearded Gamer. I'm going for length right now, okay, so it's going to look a little crazy as I'm trying to get there. We'll see how the finished product looks. Chris Arnone, Bearded Gamer. Oh, yeah. All right, so let's talk about last week's question that we were wondering. So we were asking, how are you preparing for Mr. Pandaria? You stocking up on the mountain doing Cheetos? Taking some time off work, telling your friends and family you will not exist for a couple weeks? Here were your best answers. So thanks as always for your comments. We love to hear from you every single episode and love to show off those best comments every week. Weekly news roundup time.
Here's the beef.
So guess what? Mr. Pandaria is officially out. As of the time of this filming, oh yes, you're already playing it. None of you are even watching this video because you're playing Mr. Pandaria, right? I know. That's okay. I'm still going to do this. We're still going to have some fun, all right? So, too many of you, of course, are busy playing these pet battles, gearing up for the challenge modes, playing the new scenarios. Several, indeed, have already hit the new level, cap level 90, doing heroic dungeons and gearing up for the upcoming raids. They're going to open up on Tuesday. Now, Eldorian, of course, has been playing every time he gets a chance when he's, not at work or having fun with his girlfriend or something like that. But he says the expansion, to him, is definitely better than he expected so far. He's loving the storylines, the environments, and the quest. It's also the first time he says he's felt truly immersed in the world of World of Warcraft, and he's really loving the itemization they did this time around when it comes to leveling. No more clown suits. I think some people are very excited over that one. Challenge mode leaderboards. Now, Blizzard increased their features on their website very recently, particularly in their community section. You can now go find challenge mode leaderboards right there on the website, okay? You don't have to be in the in-game client to go and look at these. You can break it down by server. You can see how each server's record time is for each dungeon down to the millisecond. So they've really got this thing set up pretty well so far. You can also see how you rank on your own server. Now, you can also filter these out by party composition. So if you want to look at sort of, similarly built parties, you can break it down that way. They've just got a lot of options here for you. You can access your guild's challenge mode section and see the top times for your guild as well. Now, they plan on adding region-wide leaderboards soon and adding a challenge mode section to your profile so you can see your own personal best. So they're really, really pushing this challenge modes thing. We talked about it a lot last week, how we think it'll be sort of the dark horse feature of Mr. Pandaria, the thing that maybe you weren't really anticipating, but you should have been. And so far, it looks like Blizzard is really throwing their weight behind it to support it in the game and, of course, offline when you can't be in front of the client itself. Some other features they're adding to the website, all right? PvP ladders, so you can see the top arena teams and players in rated battlegrounds, filtered by server. Web auction house, if you're at work, if you're away from the house, guess what? You can actually get on the auction house. You can check your options, claim your gold, buy items, and even sell items from a web-based interface. So that's something people have been asking for a long time. You can't always be, once again, in front of the game client. So now even while you're at work, so long as they don't block the website, you can go and check that for yourself. But hey, y'all got smartphones anyway, right? So who cares about blocking websites? Now, recently, launch event for Mr. Pandaria came and went, and Chris Metzen, of course, was hosting the one in Irvine, California. Now, he may have revealed a few things that may have gotten him in trouble with his PR people. Maybe not. Maybe it was all part of the plan, but it seemed like he was revealing more than he was supposed to have. First off is that they are working on a Warcraft history encyclopedia book. It's going to be similar to the Book of Cain that they recently did for Diablo 3. Now, the book has been apparently a huge undertaking. All this lore that exists in the Warcraft universe, and now with how great Book of Cain was, definitely going to end up being a must-own for Warcraft fans. I mean, if you can imagine how deep the lore is for Diablo, I mean, for Warcraft, I mean, it's immense. World of Warcraft has been going for years, and that's, after the original Warcraft games. So there's just so much to put in that book. They also do have plans for including Turalion and Ilaria in the next expansion after Mr. Pandaria. Okay, so we're already talking about the next expansion. I know this one just came out. Now, for those who don't know the lore, both of these were major parts of the Dark Portal storyline that was in Warcraft 2. They drove the orcs back into the Dark Portal, destroyed it, and changed Draenor completely in the Outlands. Now, since neither of these were seen in the Burning Crusade, BlizzPlanet has some thoughts here, okay? BlizzPlanet has done some interviews with Chris Metzen and with Dave Kosak, and say the Blood Elves and the Draenei will both be heavily involved in the next expansion. So that's some more information. Now, what does all this mean? Well, Dorian really thinks this means the next expansion will probably be placed heavily in the Outlands themselves. Just sort of putting all the pieces together there. So we'll have to watch and wait and learn together. So, as of today, all right, day of the filming of this, September 28th, Brewfest has begun once again. So it's running today, September 28th through October 13th, taking place in both Ironforge if you're Alliance and Orgrimmar if you play for the Horde. Now, if you've never taken part of Brewfest, here's some things you can do, okay? Sort of a user's guide, a tourist guide to Brewfest in World of Warcraft. You can fight this season's boss, who's named Corrin Direbrew, and collect some of his epic loot if you can beat him. Ram Racing, joining the Brew Club of the Month, taking part in the ceremonial keg tapping, which will, by the way, give you a buff for experience for kills by 10% for 2 hours. So that's, you want to help get yourself to level 90, go tap the keg first, all right? And then some items that you can receive are a Ram and Kodo mounts, the Wolpertinger pet, yeah, and of course various other vanity items as well, probably relating to beer, but that's okay. So a little Oktoberfest, Brewfest in World of Warcraft. So we'll end, as we always do, with a question. Throw down some answers to the questions. We'll read off the best ones next week, all right? So with Mists of Pandaria out now, what are your thoughts on it? What do you like so far? What are you maybe not digging so much? What do you wish they would improve? Let us know. Throw it down in the comments, and of course, best answers will be highlighted on next week's show. And while you're on YouTube, why don't you check out the Bearded Gamer Show? All kinds of awesome beardy video gaming goodness. And check out BlizzPlanet.com. All the news, reviews, great community, everything you need to know about Blizzard Entertainment games. See you guys next time.